read out of this great legacy, the greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. We read it, not the Torah. We read it from the prophets, the wisdom books, and the Psalms. Can't forget about the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant congregation of Israel. We authenticator, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yehudah, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yeshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep His commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, His saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with Him as we read out of this great legacy, the greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Beyond the surface, beyond the surface, beyond the surface, beyond the surface. The prince of this wicked world, the god of confusion. Got black folk experiencing them strong delusions. Got ears that can't hear, mouths that won't speak, eyes that can't see that this curse is so deep. Deaf, dumb, and blind, committing sin / crime. Repent, oh Israel, we're running out of precious time in the land where they saying God's word is dead, and you wondering why the innocent blood is shed. That's cause Satan's in the earth, he's walking to and fro, doing what he's told, beating his status quo. Tempted man with pleasure and wickedness, denying the master, saying don't keep his commandments. Our wisdom and our knowledge in the sight of nations, but you love earthly riches than salvation. That means get safety from tribulation and wrath. The broad way leads to death, and narrow is the path. Preach the gospel, spread the good news. The son of Elohim, Yeshua, king of the Jews, not king of the Christians. That's when they do Christ like. They criminals of Yahweh, outlaws in his sight. Same-sex marriage is okay with the president. That old serpent, the devil, is controlling the government. No prayer in the school system, no truth in the black churches. That's food in our neighborhoods, children killing with no mercy. Look beyond the surface and show yourself approved. Do your own research, seek the spirit of truth. Beyond the surface, beyond the surface, beyond the surface.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to the Beyond the Surface program. My name is Yosef ben Israel, and I am the elder priest of the Cultural Center of the New Covenant Congregation of Israel. We are located at 3901A, Covington Highway, Indicator, Georgia, 30032. Our phone number is 404-286-5869. The website is www.thencci.org. Again, welcome to the Beyond the Surface program. Today's topic is Black people should prepare for the worst. Let me repeat that. Black people should prepare for the worst. Now, if you've watched this program before, you know you must have your Bibles out to follow along with what we're talking about today. Everybody in America can see that something bad is coming to America and are preparing for the worst, except black people. Black people get all of their news from television, and the television is not telling black people that something is wrong, and that they should prepare for the worst. The only thing that television is telling black people is to hate Trump. No matter what he says or what he does, television is telling black people that they must hate Trump. And so that is all that black people know how to do, is hate Trump. Morning, noon, and night, black people hate Trump. And so while black people are so busy hating Trump, everyone else in America are stocking up on supplies like food and water, guns and ammunition, generators and flashlights. Some are either leaving America or they have built them underground bunkers with enough supplies to last them 10 years. The people on television telling black people that even God wants them to hate Trump do not live in black neighborhoods. Most of them are millionaires and already have escape plans. That's who you've been listening to, black people, on television, the news. They don't live in your neighborhood. They are millionaires. And they already have a plan to get out of here. They're not telling you nothing. But all you can do is tell black people this, because black people, let's understand something. Things are going to get worse. You cannot hang out in the streets all night long without preparing for the worst. Everybody else knows it but you. You're so busy hating Trump, you can't see the handwriting on the wall. Let's start this off in Matthew 24, verse 6 to verse 8. Matthew 24, verse 6 to verse 8. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So the Messiah predicted these days that we're in now. And you don't see what's going on? Haven't you noticed the prices of everything have gone up? Haven't you noticed that there are more homeless women, more black women that are losing their jobs than before? So it's hard right now, but you still are not preparing for the worst. Do what your white enemies do. Stock up. Make sure you have non-perishable foods in your house or in your apartment, because most of you don't have a house. But you still can stock up food enough to last you for a while, because just like it did in year 2000, when you thought the world was coming to an end because of the internet, people ransacked the stores and took everything out of them. Same thing with COVID-19. People ransacked the stores and took everything out of it. While the stores got food and items in it right now, it's the best time to go shopping. And hold that toilet paper especially. There was an instance where a brother bought up all the toilet paper at Target, or one of the stores, and sat out there in the parking lot and sold the toilet paper and made money. So I'm telling you now, it's time to get ready for something bad that's coming to America. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, verse 45 to verse 49. Jeremiah 51, verse 45 to verse 49. My people, go you out of the midst of her, deliver you every man his soul from the fierce anger of Yahweh. And lest your heart faint, and you fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall come one year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of America, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. I'm not going to go all the way back to verse 40. I'm going to stop at verse 47. Only because this is already prophesied to happen, and it's happening right before our eyes. Remember, the Mashiach said you should have rumors of wars and destruction in various places. Well, we got the same thing here in Jeremiah. It says, unless your heart faint and ye fear, for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rule against ruler. Do we not have violence in the land now? All over America? Aren't these governors against each other? You got the blue governors and the red governors, the blue cities and the red cities. Are they not against one another? So these things are happening. And black people not noticing these things are happening. They're so busy hating Trump, they can't see straight. Let's go to Isaiah 13, verse 1 to verse 9. Then we're going to pick it up at verse 12 to verse 19. This is Isaiah 13, verse 1 to verse 9. Then we're going to pick it up at verse 12 to verse 19. The burden of America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Now, you're wondering, how is it that I see America here when it says Babylon? Well, that's because you don't understand the meaning of the word Babylon. Babylon means confusion. And this is talking about a future Babylon. America was not known at that time. But you look at America today, they fit the definition of a confused country. So instead of saying America, instead of saying Babylon, we say America. Because it pertains to this country in these days and times. Look at it. The burden of America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake their hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Well, these are angels. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. That's talking about America now. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pain and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one of another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. I've heard where black people say that America is their land, and they're not leaving. All right, well, let's see what happens if you refuse to leave. Let's pick this up in verse 12 to verse 19. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. You got to get up out of here eventually. But right now, things got to be really, really bad for you to leave, because you don't want to leave America. You don't know any place else on earth to go. But you're going to have to go, regardless. White folk going back to Europe. The Arabs going back to the Arab lands. The Africans going back to Africa. The Mexicans going back to Mexico. The Chinese are going back to China. Everybody got to leave this country. And you want to stay here? Because you say you were here before white people? Go ahead. Let's see what's going to happen to you. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. That's what's going to happen if you stay here. You're going to be killed. Behold, I will stir up the Russians against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. You black people that are going to stay here with your children, they're going to die, and you're going to die with them. And America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Aryans' excellency, shall be as when Elohim overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, isn't that what America is now? Isn't she Sodom and Gomorrah now? You remember how Sodom and Gomorrah fell? Fire and brimstone from heaven destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and the rest of the cities around Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's continue. Let's go to Isaiah 47, verse 1 to verse 11. Isaiah, you can't stay here, black people. Yahweh got a problem with America. Isaiah 47, verse 1 to verse 11. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Europe. America is called the daughter of Europe. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Aryans. Well, it says called these, but white people want to be Aryans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Aryans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Well, that's talking about us. In other words, Yahweh put us here as slaves to these white people. And you did not show them any mercy. You lynched them. You raped them. You burned them alive. These are God's chosen people that you did that to. So now you know why Yahweh is going to have vengeance on America. Because of what America did to the chosen people of Yahweh. See, you don't understand the relationship between us and Yahweh. It's a very, very close relationship. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with relationship. We are the only people that he knows. And so you touch us, you're touching the apple of his eye. He's going to recompense you to it for it. But white folks, I know you feel bad about it. Well, some of you do. But yeah, your fathers and people today, the way you treat black people, yeah, you got to answer for that. Because our relationship with Yahweh is a husband and wife relationship. You know how close that is? Our relationship with Yahweh is also a father and son relationship. Do you have that with your God? Our relationship with Yahweh is a master and servant relationship. So we serve our master with all our heart and all our soul. That's Yahweh. So you think that you've gotten away with something the way you treated Yahweh's people? And see, black people don't know that they're Yahweh's people. And some of them may never know. But that doesn't take away the point that they are Yahweh's people. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of black. White people don't care about how they treated us. The way they lynched up our people and destroyed the fruit of the womb. You didn't even think that mattered to you. Let's continue. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given the pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and know none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the abundance of thine enchantments. So thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Isn't that the case now? America is the most powerful country on the earth. And she doesn't care what anybody says about her. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. This is happening in these days and times. Let's continue. Get prepared, black people. When black people say that they hate Trump, they are going against the word of God. Did you know that? Let's prove that. Let's go to Jeremiah 27, verse 1 to verse 6. Jeremiah 27, verse 1 to verse 6. Now, Jeremiah, Yahweh told Jeremiah to tell Zedekiah, the king of Judah, that they must leave Jerusalem. They must leave the land and go voluntarily into captivity in Babylon. All right, but Zedekiah and the rest of the Jews refused to go. In fact, they say, well, we're going to fight against King Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians. We're going to fight against them because we don't want to go into captivity. So they are disobeying Yahweh. All right, let's see what happens with that. And it came to pass the same year, in the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 4th year, and in the 5th month, that Hananiah, the son of Azar, the prophet, which was, I'm looking at the wrong one. In the beginning, let me see here. Okay. In the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, came this word unto Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Thus saith Yahweh to me, Make thee bonds and yokes, and put them upon thy neck, and send them to the king of Edom, and to the king of Moab, and to the king of the Ammonites, and to the king of Tyrus, and to the king of Zidon, by the hand of the messengers which come to Jerusalem unto Zedekiah, king of Judah. And command them to say unto their masters, Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, Thus shall you say unto your masters, I have made the earth, the man and the beast that are upon the ground, by my great power and by my outstretched arm, and have given it unto whom it seemed meet unto me. And now I have given all these lands into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and the beasts of the field have I given him also to serve him. Now, he called King Nebuchadnezzar his servant. He wasn't even of the children of Israel. But Yahweh put it in his heart to do what he's doing now. Let's continue. Let's go to, let's see here. Let's go to Jeremiah 21, verse 1 to verse 5. So they got an order from Jeremiah. Everybody got to be in submission to the king of Babylon. Let's pick this up in chapter 21, Jeremiah 21, verse 1 through verse 5. The word which came unto Jeremiah from Yahweh, when King Zedekiah sent unto him Pashur, the son of Malchiah, and Zephaniah, the son of Maaseiah, the priest, saying, Inquire, I pray thee, of Yahweh for us, for Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, maketh war against us. If so be that Yahweh will deal with us according to all his wondrous works, that he may go up from us. Then said Jeremiah unto them, Thus shall you say to Zedekiah, Thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel, Behold, I will turn back the weapons of war that are in your hands, wherewith you fight against the king of Babylon and against the Chaldeans, which besiege you without the walls, and I will assemble them into the midst of this city. And I myself will fight against you with an outstretched hand and with a strong arm, even in anger and in fury and in great wrath. Yahweh is fighting against his own people because they are being disobedient, because he told them to go into captivity in Babylon, and they refused to go, and so they're going to fight against the Babylonians and against the Chaldeans. And so Yahweh is telling you, if you fight against them, you fight against me. I'm going to fight against you because of your disobedience. Let's continue. Let's go to Romans chapter 13, verse 1 to verse 7. Romans chapter 13, verse 1 to verse 7. Let's see what this says here. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Elohim, the powers that be ordained of Elohim. Now, what are you doing speaking against the powers that run this country? It's ordained by Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of Elohim, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Without then not be afraid of the power, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of Elohim to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of Elohim, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. That's you, black people. Wherefore you must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. For this cause pay you tribute also, for they are Elohim's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. Black people, you cannot do what's right. You're always disobedient. You wonder why white people don't want to have nothing to do with you? Well, look how you act out there in the street. You want people to think you're some big scary people, and you are. It's working. People don't want to be around you, and yet you don't have anything to show for whatever you're about. All you offer into is being a thug. That's all you know is how to be a thug and look like a thug. There are thugs that run the world, but they don't look like you. The people that run the world do not walk around with their pants sagging. People that run the world do not have tattoos all over their bodies and in their face. So you don't have any power, and you show that you don't have any power. And you're going to be caught off guard when this thing go down. And see, you're not preparing for the future. You know what's going to happen? You're going to try to break in somebody's house. And that'll be the end of your life. And more peace on the earth. So just sit back and relax and hate Trump all day long. Because that hatred of Trump is not going to save your life. It's not going to feed you. All you know is how to hate Trump. Let me invite you out to the Cultural Center of the New Covenant Congregation of Israel. We're located at 3901A, Covenant Highway, Indicator, Georgia, 30032. Our phone number is 404-286-5869. The website is www.thencci.org. We have a prophecy class every first day of the week, which is Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Coming out and see what the prophets say about you and the rest of the world. If you cannot join us in person, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. We also have a history class on the third day of the week, which is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Come on out and see what the Bible says about you. This is your history book. The Bible is your history book. And they haven't told you that's what it is. You think that this is a religious book. It is not. It is a history book about Yahweh and you and Yeshua HaMashiach. If you cannot join us in person, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. We have a sisters only class every fifth day of the week, which is Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. You can join us sisters on Zoom. And lastly, we have a Sabbath service every seventh day of the week, which is Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. Coming out and see what it is like to remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. If you cannot join us in person, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's continue. Let's go to Ezekiel 29, verse 17 to verse 20. Ezekiel 29, verse 17 to verse 20. And it came to pass in the 7th and 20th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, caused his army to serve a great service against Tyrus. Every head was made bald, and every shoulder was peeled. Yet had he no wages, nor his army for Tyrus, for the service that he had served against it. Therefore thus saith the Adonai Elohim, behold, I will give the land of Egypt unto Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and he shall take her multitude, and take her spoil, and take her prey, and it shall be the wages of his army. I have given him the land of Egypt for his labor, wherewith he served against it, because they wrought for me, saith the Adonai Elohim. That's why you can't say nothing against the presidents of America, because they are Yahweh's servant. So who are you to complain about who Yahweh chose? He chose it because chose them because he wanted them. And you got the nerve to speak evil of someone who Yahweh has chosen? He chose Biden. He chose Trump. He even chose the African that was president of America. He chose these men to do what they did. He chose that African to convince black people that it's all right for same-sex marriage. And they fell for it. And he chose Trump to start America, try to get America off of that mess that was left by the previous president, and get them back on a straight and narrow path. But it wasn't Yahweh's will that he would become president again. So they cheated him out of that presidency, and so now you had Biden was too old to be president. And they're saying that now. Now you got Trump back in office, and you hate him again. But believe it or not, he's done more for black people than any president. But you don't want to hear that, because the news tells you to hate him. Now, what that shows is that your minds are weak. You don't have the mental capacity to think for yourself. See, you're like children that are fascinated with a yo-yo. Ooh. Let's continue. Now, again, Nebuchadnezzar is Yahweh's servant, right? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 25, because when you're Yahweh's servant, like Trump is Yahweh's servant. He's doing exactly what Yahweh wants him to do. So you can't go to Yahweh and say, Yahweh, I don't like him. Well, who the hell are you? Let's go to Jeremiah 25, verse 8 and 9. Jeremiah 25, verse 8 and 9. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, because you have not heard my words, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith Yahweh, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, will bring them against his land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them, and make them an astonishment, and a hissing, and a perpetual desolation. Now, Putin is Yahweh's servant. Macron is Yahweh's servant. The people that run North Korea, all the nation's leaders are Yahweh's servants. He put them in office whether you like it or not. And they're doing exactly what Yahweh wants them to do. We don't understand it. We don't know why they're doing the things they do. Trump ain't telling everybody what he's doing. You know why? Because it's not going to matter. You're going to hate him anyway. If the man found a cure for cancer, you still hate him. If he had found a cure for sickle cell anemia, or brought peace to the black neighborhood, you're still going to hate him. Because you're that dumb. Everyone in America can see that America is falling except black people. Let's pick this up in Jeremiah 50, verse 9 to verse 16. Jeremiah 50, verse 9 to verse 16. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against America an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, and from thence she shall be taken, Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. And America shall be a spoil, all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh. Because you were glad, because you rejoice, O you destroyers of mine heritage, because you are grown fat as a heifer at grass, and bellow as the bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Look what it says. Your mother shall be sore confounded. That's Europe. That's Europe. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Right now, Trump is trying to get Greenland. And all the rest of the NATO nations are coming to Greenland's defense. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert. We're the hindermost of the nation. America is way away from Europe. So she would be recognized as the hindermost of the nations. Because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by America shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against America round about. All you that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh. Look at all the nations gathered against America right now. You got Russia, you got Iran, you got North Korea. Everybody's coming to the defense of Iran and the defense of Greenland. So she has enemies surrounding her. This Trump, he has to do this in order for America to be destroyed. He has to do it. Now, people think he's doing it for the sake of America, and yes, he is. He's one of the greatest Americans you ever want to see. He loves America. But what he's doing is causing anxiety among the rest of the nations. And they're gathering together against America. Black people, you better wake up. Get yourself ready for the things that are about to come upon America. Let's go to Isaiah 2 and verse 6. Isaiah 2 and verse 6. Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they please themselves in the children of strangers. Y'all buck dance with white people. Anything white people want you to do, you do it. And y'all Christian too. You weren't Christian when they brought you over here on those slave ships. They made you Christian when you got here. Let's go to Jeremiah 4, verse 19 to verse 22. You see what you're missing when you say the Old Testament been done away with? You see what you're missing? These are prophecies, and they're happening right before our eyes, but you can't see them because you're Christians. Jeremiah 4, verse 19 to verse 22. My bowels, I am pained at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me, I cannot hold my peace. Because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. Destruction upon destruction is cried, for the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly are my tents spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are a sottish children, for they are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Black people, that's you. You are a sottish people, a foolish people. All you know how to do is evil. It's sad to say, but look at your condition. You're watching the news, right? Well, don't the news broadcast your wickedness all over the world? Aren't you the ones being arrested or shot down in the street by the police? Why? Because you have a reputation of being evil. So a good brother walking down the street will look evil to everybody else because of your actions. This brother wouldn't hurt a fly. But because of the reputation that black people have, that brother might get shot by the police because the police say he looks suspicious. He looked like somebody that they heard a description of. That brother was minding his own business, just going home from work. And so what happens is the police find a reason to kill him. The man is innocent. All because of other black people like you causing problems all over the city. You just cannot do right. Let's continue. None of the black people's preachers and politicians have told black people to prepare for the hard times. They will probably leave black people behind and leave America. Let's go to Ezekiel 34, verse 1 to verse 16. Ezekiel 34, verse 1 to verse 10, forgive me. Ezekiel 34, verse 1 to verse 10. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel, prophesy, and say unto them, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? You eat the fat, and you clothe you with the wool. You kill them that are fed, but you feed not the flock. The disease have you not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick, neither have you bound up that which was broken, neither have you brought again that which was driven away, neither have you sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have you ruled them. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. As I live, saith the Adonai Elohim, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves, and fed not my flock. Therefore, O you shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, Behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, but I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them. He's talking about the preachers and politicians, aren't they? Let's go to Jeremiah 23, verse 1 and 2. Jeremiah 23, verse 1 and verse 2. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel against the pastors that feed my people, you have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Yahweh. That's you Christian pastors. All you do is take people's money, and you live large. You don't give them anything to hope for except going to heaven. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're not feeding the flock. You're feeding yourselves. Let's go to John 11, verse 47 and verse 33. John 11, verse 47 to verse 53. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. Did you hear what he just said there? The Romans will come and take our place, and and our nation. So the Romans set these people up to rule over the children of Israel. Well, isn't that what's happening here in America? Don't the black preachers have to go to seminary school or school of theology to get them a piece of paper saying that they got a bunch of letters behind their name now? And if you go against the doctrine of Christianity, yeah, you can lose your position. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, You know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yeshua should die for that nation, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of Elohim that were scattered abroad. Then from that day forth they took counsel together to put him to death. Now, you wonder, why am I going here to John? Or why am I in the New Testament? Because you have been deceived into believing that all these people in what they call the New Testament are white people. No. None of these people in the Bible are white, except when they're called Greeks and Gentiles. But the Jews, the children of Israel, were my complexion. And that's a hard pill to swallow for Christians. But yeah, these are black people back here. We used to be kings and priests and warriors. But look at us now. Look what we've lost. We lost our land. We lost our identity. And so now we're getting it all back because Yahweh is merciful. So he's waking up some of us, but he's not waking up all of us. So he's letting us know we have our own land. We got our own God. Our God is not the God of white people. We got our own God. His name is Yahweh. And we are the children of Israel. So black people, let Yahweh's chosen people warn you that bad times are coming. You must prepare for these bad times because, if you break into some of these houses, you will be killed. You sister with all them little children you don't have, about 5 or 6 different people, how are you going to feed them? You think that you can break up in somebody's house and steal what they got? You could get killed too, and them children won't have a mother. I'm just trying to tell you, be prepared. Because black people have not prepared, they will be a predator and a prey to their own people. Let's go to Exodus 22, verse 1 to verse 3. Exodus 22, verse 1 to verse 3. Let's see what it says. When you are a prey to your own people, let's see what the judgment will be for that. We got laws. And we keep those laws. But listen what the law says about you, black people. This is Exodus 22, verse 1 to verse 3. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. Now that's the way we handle things back in the day. So if a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. In other words, it's not murder. Because you're in somebody else's house and it's at nighttime, they don't know who you are. If they didn't have lights back in these days, they kill you. Well, you don't have to make a sacrifice to atone for what you did to them because it's not a sin to protect your house. It's a sin to murder somebody. But that wouldn't be called murder. Let's continue. Let's go to Psalm 10, 1 to verse 11. Psalm 10, verse 1 to verse 11. Why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous whom Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Elohim. Elohim is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He crouches and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. So, yeah, you're in the book, black people. Let's go to Isaiah 59, verse 1 to verse 8. Isaiah 59, verse 1 to verse 8. Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither is his ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your Elohim, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue have muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. They hatch cockatrice eggs and weave the spider's web. He that eateth of their eggs dieth, and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper. Their web shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Have you heard of black fatigue? That means people are sick and tired of black people. All you do is complain. You are never happy. Do you not realize that you're the richest slaves on earth? You live better than some third world countries. I think I got time for this. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 24 to verse 31. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 24 to verse 31. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and a fourth part of a cab of dove dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help me, my master, O king. And he said, If Yahweh do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. and she hath hid her son. And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Then he said, Elohim do so and more unto me, also to me, if the head of Elisha the son of Shaphat shall stand on him this day. So again, our father had hard times back in the day. And you're going to have hard times in these days, because it's not going to be any food in the grocery stores. The grocery store is going to be shut down. The fast food place is going to be shut down. The liquor store is going to be shut down. Dope man ain't going to have no more dope. So what are you going to do, black people? Now, I'm not saying store up all the dope. But store up food, something you can use. All right? Because this thing is about to become crucial, and you want all the necessities you're going to need to survive. You don't need no dope, okay? You don't need that. And besides that, like I said, the dope man going to run out of dope, so you just well forget that. But what we have to do is continue to pray to Yahweh. And are you serious? All right, Shabbat Shalom. Yahweh bless you and keep you.
Yeah.